For today's video, we're going to take a look at everything that came with today's home base status report. And like always, I'll leave a link to the home base status report in the description if you want to go check it out. The first thing they went over was the new Venture Zone, which I believe is going to be called the WINTERFEST Venture Zone. It's scheduled to be released on November the 20th at 7 p.m. and it looks like it's going to have two modifiers. One of the modifiers that came with it is called Super Heroic Modifier, and the status report said that the frosty wintry winds swing this modifier in favor of home base's heroes. Each class will gain super heroic benefits that play off their current playstyle. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at those different benefits. For soldiers, it says, do you love landing headshots? Great. The damage of headshots is doubled, and you'll benefit from reduced cooldowns when killing Husk with ranged weapons. Sling bullets and grenades to your heart's desire. So apparently the headshot damage will be doubled, and whenever you kill Husk with ranged weapons, it's going to reduce the cooldowns for your abilities. When it comes to constructors, it says, do you love building? Do you ever find yourself short on materials? You'll love the reduced building and repair cost. Prefer to swing a giant hammer? We've got you covered. You'll benefit from reduced cooldowns when triggering kinetic overload and benefit from more impact damage as well. So in the new Venture Zone, not only is it going to be cheaper for constructors to build, but it's also going to be cheaper to repair, and you'll also be able to trigger kinetic overload more often. For ninjas, it says a healthy blend of melee and ability weaving will be key with this modifier. Focus your efforts on ability eliminations to gain increased melee damage and attack speed. Use that to your advantage, as melee eliminations also reduce your ability cooldowns, synergize your playstyle for maximum efficiency. You'll also gain double the shadow stance stats, so get in their faces and show them who's boss. So it looks like when it comes to ninjas, you're going to want to switch between melee and ability. Whenever you get kills with your abilities, it's going to buff your melee, so then you'll want to use your melee, and that's going to reduce your ability cooldowns. It also doubles your shadow stance stats, so it could potentially make your shadow stance last 8 seconds instead of 4, and increase the armor by 120 instead of 60, and movement speed by 30 instead of 15. So you're going to want to switch between melee and abilities. And when it comes to Outlanders, it says, it's time for some punching. Looking at you, Jess, as anti-material charge will have no cost during this venture season. What? For all you Teddy slingers out there, you'll benefit from a free fragment every 50 seconds along with increased ability damage. So with the anti-material charge not costing any energy, it should be really easy to farm in this new Venture Zone. I don't think you're going to need Archaeologist for this new Venture Zone, because she reduces the amount of energy that's needed for your anti-material charge, but if it's not going to use any energy, then her perk is kind of useless. Same thing with Fossil Southie. Unless you want to try to regain your energy for your other abilities, you don't really need them when it comes to anti-material charge for this new Venture Zone. So with that being said, I think the best farmer for this new Venture season is going to be Clip, because you'll be able to spam your anti-material charge, and she's going to give you double the ingredients. And now that I think about it, since you won't need energy for farming, I probably won't use the Blast from the Past team perk like I normally do with my farming loadout. So I think you may want to end up using this Long Arm of the Law team perk, at least when it comes to farming. I went ahead and made a farming loadout that I think is going to be really good when it comes to the new Venture Zone. You're going to have Clip as your commander with Long Arm of the Law team perk. And for our support team, we have Recon Scout Jess, Flash AC, Pathfinder Jess, Undercover Buzz, and Ambush Buzz. Obviously, I haven't played the new Venture season yet, but just based off the information we have so far, I feel like this will be a really good loadout to use. But again, that's just for farming, and if you do plan on farming only, make sure you do it in a private lobby. But you should be able to fill up on materials very quickly with this loadout. And again, for Outlanders, the Teddy's going to be buffed as well. So that's the modifier that's going to buff you in the new Venture season. There's also a modifier that's going to buff the Husk. In the status report, they said the crystallized winds of the winter also make Husk more resistant to weapon and trap damage. Bring a healthy blend of heroes to overcome their defenses. Nothing you can't handle, commanders. So they could potentially be a little bit harder to kill compared to regular Husk. And the biggest news, I think, when it comes to the new Venture Zone is that the experience required to get to level 50 has been significantly reduced. So it's not going to take you nearly as long to get to level 50 in the next venture zone compared to the current one, which I think a lot of people are going to be happy about. And that's all the information we have in regards to the new WINTERFEST venture zone. The next thing they went over was the new starter pack. Starting on Thursday, November the 19th, they're going to introduce the new Powerhouse pack. So the Samurai pack will no longer be available on the 19th. It's going to replace with the Powerhouse pack. So with this pack, you're going to get the new Powerhouse hero, and here's what he looks like before you upgrade him. He has the same exact perks as Love Ranger Jonesy, where it increases your shockwave radius, and there's his 3 abilities. So that's one thing you're going to get from the Powerhouse starter pack. You're also going to get the Electro Shock Rifle, which I believe is a reskin version of the Argon Assault Rifle. And there's what it looks like. You're also going to get the Power Pack Back Bling, as well as the Powerhouse challenges. And you'll also get access to Save the World. After you purchase the pack, you'll get some challenges that you can complete that'll help you earn up to 1,000 V-Bucks and 1,000 X-ray tickets, which can be used to open up these X-ray llamas. Looks like I have a free llama. Let's go ahead and open up that bad boy. They then went on to say that the cosmetic items of this pack will be shared through Battle Royale, Save the World, and creative game modes. This new pack series will have no impact on existing founder daily login rewards or their V-Bucks earned, which is exclusive to early access founders. So the new starter pack is going to be available on the 19th, and that's everything you're going to get with it. Frostnite's going to be returning on the 20th as well. Oh, we got a couple mythics from that one free llama. Oh my goodness. What the hell is happening, people? We just got 2 mythics. Anyways, the Frostnite event's going to be returning on the 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And it says, venture out and keep the burner filled with scavenged blue glow. If it runs out, things get real cold real quick. As the burner health decreases, the storm shield shrinks, so fill her up. The Krampus smashers who dwell in these cold regions are dangerous but worth the fight, dropping some much needed blue glow. You'll have to check your quest log for Frostnite rewards, such as the loading screen music pack, and be on the lookout for weekly challenges in the coming weeks. It says survive as long as you can with only your basic starting weapons, schematics, and wits to protect you. I think we'll go into more detail over what kind of loadouts you want to use for Frostnite, but the main ones you're going to want to use are either a constructor or a farmer. Those were like the most popular loadouts to use in the previous Frostnites, but we'll go into more detail over that in another video. There's also going to be a bunch of heroes and a weapon returning starting Friday, November at 7 p.m. What? Friday, November. Alright, starting Friday, November, people. On November 20th, the Holly Jolly Ransom questline is going to be returning. And with this questline, you'll be able to get Crackshot as a reward. And he's a really good hero to use when it comes to weapons that have large magazines, like LMGs. So you will want to try to get him. And you'll be able to get him from that Holly Jolly Ransom questline on November the 20th. Subzero Zenith's also going to be returning on the 20th, but he's going to be available in the event store. And I don't use him that often, but he is useful when it comes to freezing smashers because he can basically keep smashers frozen because of his commander perk. Really good when paired with a vacuum tube sniper rifle and the Crackshot sniper. And since he's a mythic, I believe you also get the Shake It Off team perk, which I don't really use that often, but if you haven't gotten it yet, that's how you get it. The Ice King's also going to be available in the event store on the 20th. And this is a hero you're definitely going to want to get because he's useful in a lot of different events. So make sure you get him if you haven't gotten them already. Sentry Gunner Krampus is also going to be returning on the 20th. But he's going to be available from the Frostnite quest, which you should be able to see on your quest tab. And I don't really use him that often, but obviously he has one of the best Rosies in Save the World because it increases your Rosie damage. But the Rosie has such a long cooldown, you're not really going to be able to use it that often, so probably not one of the best heroes, but you'll be able to get him from the Frostnite quest on November the 20th. And you'll also be able to get the Paper Shredder from the Frostnite quest on November 20th as well. And I would consider this to be one of the most powerful pistols in Save the World, probably like a top 2 or top 3. when it comes to damage per shot. The only bad thing about it is that you can't really control the paper airplane once you shoot it. It sort of just floats in whatever direction, but it's really good when it comes to dealing a lot of damage. And again, you'll be able to get this from the Frostnite quest, and we've reviewed all of these heroes and weapons. I'll leave a link to those reviews in the description if you'd like to go check them out. The holiday llamas are going to be returning on the 20th, and apparently they're going to include festive heroes and weapons. And they haven't told us what those llamas include, but if we go according to the collection book, it may include the Ted hero, as well as Demolisher Jonesy, Jolly Headhunter, Warden Kyle, Sergeant Winter, Alchemist Sarah, and Fragment Flurry Jess. Again, that's just according to the collection book. You should also be able to earn the Contender, Supersonic Slasher, Ralphie's Revenge, the Pop Shot, and the Blizzard Blitzer, because those can be earned through Winter Llamas as well. But again, they haven't really told us what we're going to get from those llamas, but I would assume it's probably going to be those things. And that's everything we're getting this week. They also told us what we're going to see next week. Starting next week, we're going to get the Challenge 1 of Frostnite, and that challenge is called the Frosty Turf Challenge. Starting on November the 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern, you have to take on the Frosty Turf Frostnite Challenge. The weather balloon forecast extremely frosty weather for this week in Frostnite. We're already getting cold feet just thinking about stepping on snow and slower trap reloads. Overcome the Frosty Turf Challenge to unlock tank and a unique banner. So it does look like they're going to include banners this year. Hopefully they include that Frostnite banner. I don't really consider Tank to be one of the best heroes, but if you haven't gotten them already, you may want to get them at least for your collection book. And again, the way you get them is by overcoming the Frosty Turf Challenge. Lynx is also going to be returning next week, and obviously she's one of the best heroes when it comes to the Mythic Storm King. So if you haven't gotten her already, then you're definitely going to want to get her. And she's going to be available in the event store on November the 27th. And again, since she's a mythic, you'll also get a team perk, and I believe the team perk you get is the Bioenergy Source team perk, which I have used before with a couple of ninja melee loadouts, but I don't really use it that often. So that sums up everything that was included in the home base status report. Let me know what y'all think about the home base status report in the comments below. Hope y'all found the video useful, and thanks for watching.